Hey guys, it's quickly again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the crDroid version 7, that is for Android, Nougat version 7 for the OnePlus 3, so stay tuned for that. So guys, now Nougat, as we kind of all know that Nougat is making a big splash, and everything is being available with Nougat releases. All the ROMs like Resurrection Remix is in the process of making a Nougat ROM. Most of the stuff are already in the process of being converted to Nougat, and that's a good thing. So here we have the crDroid ROM. Now if you have been on the Android custom ROM scene, crDroid has been available for many devices previously, and that is a very cool ROM. So let's get started on that. Now in the about phone page you can check about crDroid and how it's been going on. It's the 22nd October version, so that is the latest version available right now, and most of the other stuff is what you would expect, which is Android 7, so that is Nougat. crDroid version is 7 21st10 version, which is pretty cool. CyanogenMod API level is Guava, that is 7. October patches are already applied, so that is also a good thing. Nothing much else about this ROM. The build number is this one. SLN status is enforcing for most people. That doesn't really make any difference, but it is enforcing rather than permissive, so just so you guys know. In the extra stuff now, this is again one of the more feature-rich versions available of the Android N version. So let's get started on the features now. In the crDroid settings is where you will find most of these features. So let's get started on the status bar. In the status bar option, first thing is the network traffic indicator, and I am using network traffic indicator without going an incoming setup, and that really does work out. I really am appreciating this option available. It does have the super zoo icon indicator on the status bar. You can actually disable this, and it does work out pretty well. And the status bar icon option, you do have the system tuner UI, where you can customize whatever appears in the status bar with the battery, even with show percentage, allow showing percentage, all of that. Right now you can see it is about 55% in the battery life, and that is really awesome. Normally on a custom ROM, which is kind of like a CM13 ROM, I don't really get this much battery life at the end of the day, but here I do get that, and that is not using it sparingly. It is with gaming, it is with everything which is going on in my normal usage, so that is pretty amazing. You do have clock style here, which I have enabled with the left style with AM PM indicator. Quick pull down is available where you can customize it and turn it off even. Double tap to sleep the status bar, brightness control, double tap to sleep. crDroid logo can be enabled here. In the other stuff, in the quick setting panel, you do have customization for the number of tiles. So you do have small quest tile, which is number 5 I have enabled right now. So that is this one. There are 5 icons here. You can even enable 7 quick setting small quick setting panels, but again this will cause a few issues here and there where the icons does go outside. You can actually enable 6, and that really does fit better in my opinion. So the number of rows can also be customized, but here it is limited to 4 number of rows. That is this one here, so you can actually have that. That's also really cool to have. Rows can be customized to 3 or 2 even. Columns can be customized up to 6, so that will enable all the columns to be in the single page rather than the tile display, which is available with the stock CM14 ROMs. Wi-Fi AC toggle can be enabled. Bluetooth AC toggle can be enabled, which will enable you to just click the icon here and just it will turn on and off the respective function, so that is also available. Brightness slider and brightness icon is available, and I really appreciate the brightness icon here, which you can customize here, and you can go between a automatic tile and the manual function for brightness. In the navigation bar settings, you can enable navigation bar, and it does have the fling navigation bar, which is something which I really appreciate. You can actually enable the fling bar, and something which I noticed is that if you enable the navigation bar, that automatically disables the hardware button button. Now in the notification stuff, you do have force expanded notification and disable immersive mode messages. You can actually enable that. Lock screen options, you do have screen shortcuts, which is the slim styled shortcuts available in the lock screen. Shortcut long press can enable the shortcuts. Swipe shortcut can be customized, where you can customize whatever this app and have a custom application there. Media cover up can be customized. All of this is available to be customized, and double tap on anywhere on the lock screen when you just want to look at the time, that's also available. Long pressing the power button with the screen off will enable the torch. Notification count can be enabled, and you can have a maximum of 100 notifications which you can customize there. Power menu from the lock screen also can be enabled or disabled. Recent screen. Now recent screen does have Omni Switch, and if you have ever seen any of my previous videos, Omni Switch is probably my favorite one, and I have been using this. I didn't have any issues with any of the recent modes with Omni Switch, and that is really amazing. You do have settings for customizing your Omni Switch preferences, so that is really cool to have. In the sound option, you can actually enable the screenshot sound, or you can actually even customize the number of volume steps. So for alarm, you can have 60, reset. You can do a lot of stuff with this. Ringer, voice call, all of that is customizable here. Let's trigger notification town is available, which was a CyanogenMod feature from yesteryear, so that makes a return. In the miscellaneous option, you do have clock widget options available. So this is a C clock with the calendar, with the weather panel. So that really does make a difference for many people. Personally, I am included. Disable suggestion, so you can actually disable suggestion from the dashboard, which is the one which comes in the first row. Remove settings summary, which is a Nougat feature. Auto start music player whenever you connect whenever you connect a headphone. Allow signature spoofing for bypassing security system, so that is also available there. So that is it in the crDroid options. The rest everything is basically what you would expect out of any other CyanogenMod based ROM in the Nougat series. So you do have live display, and the live display in this seems to be more refined for most practical aspects. I have been able to use the night mode, and that does work out really nicely. You can actually customize it for outdoor brightness mode, which will increase the brightness tenfold. So yeah, you do have that. Does have astronomy mode if you want a low blue light, no blue light basically. Also photography for RGB is also available. You do have that. Again, with any other Nougat ROM, you don't really use this one. It doesn't really change anything, so just so you guys know, that doesn't really work. Adaptive brightness is available, where you can enable that. Adaptive display is also available, which is ambient display. You can have all of these features available. Prevent accidental wake up is available, but it does not apply to the fingerprint scanners, so many people may be deterred from that. Font size and display size is available, which is one of my favorite features in the Nougat series. You do have battery light and notification light customization, where you can add a few applications and do a lot more than just have notifications, so that's really cool. In the soundbar option, you do have the normal options which is available with any other CyanogenMod based ROM. The other option, you can customize all of these. You can just disable any of these, like touch sounds, which I don't really like, and all that. Now in the battery department, I have already told you guys the battery has been really awesome for this. All the Nougat ROMs which I've tested, I really found the battery life to be very good, which is almost comparable to an Oxygen OS ROM, and even the Resurrection Remix ROM, which by the end of the day, normally I have about 40% left. In this, I have about 53% left, so that is pretty cool to have. Let me just show you guys the screen on time. So this is the screen on time I have right now at this moment, so that is about 2.5 hours, and it'll easily go again at 2.5 to 2 to 5 hours, so that's almost 5 hours of screen on time which I'm getting, so that's actually pretty good for me in my usage. Now in the buttons option, you do have options for here. You can actually enable navigation screen buttons, and that is it. It actually disables the hardware buttons here. I would have liked to have use for both the button screens, but that is a wish list rather than a feature. The power button menu, you can customize whatever appears. End call with the power button pressed twice for camera, that is also really cool. Answer call is available with the home button. You can actually have double tap the home button for turning off the screen, which I personally use a lot of times, but I have noticed that this does lag sometimes whenever I double tap the button. I mean, it just goes to home screen and it just stays there, so yeah, it does lag sometimes. It does have volume key playback control and keyboard cursor control, which is also available. In the additional button settings, you do have the options available, but the alert slider does not work, so that is kind of a missing thing. I've been using alert slider every day for my personal use, and I really do miss the alert slider option in here. The rest everything is basically what you would expect out of any other Nougat based CyanogenMod 14 ROMs. So here is the Antutu benchmark score which I received, which is about 152,000, which is well, it's not as high as the AICP ROM which I received last week, so that was a pretty big score for most of the reasons. So I am expecting this to be more of a usable kind of a ROM. I didn't really have any force close issues, so that is something which I really appreciate in this ROM. So yeah. Again, I was not able to get any confirmation on the Vulkan score. It still shows the OpenGL ES 3.2 is running, so I don't really know if Vulkan is running or Vulkan can be customized or something like that. So just so you guys know, it is something which I'm currently working on. There's also one more thing which I want to talk to you about. This whenever you're opening an applications, normally with 6.0 and above, you will get a context menu here which will ask you to allow permissions. Now the problem with the Nougat ROMs, most of the Nougat ROMs right now, is that the box is really horridly disfigured. I mean, you can't really click any button. So for that, you will have to go, let's just see cam scanner. You will have to go into application and you have to grant the permissions manually rather than just clicking it, and you will get the publication stuff there. So yeah, that is something there. The camera is pretty good. It does work out mostly for most of the stuff, but again, flash problem is still there, and as you can see, the flash just fired and it's just white, so something which is there. I was not able to get anything running with the flash in here, but the footage camera is working and I'm really appreciate that. Now this is the permission manager which is having a problem. For this to work, you can just go to the footage camera application. In the application menu, you have to manually enable all the permission, and that should work out pretty nicely. So as you see, this is working, and I have been able to take photographs with footage camera. It is one of the better camera applications available in this one, so that is something which I really appreciate. And the flash is working pretty good with this application rather than the stock application. So yeah, I would say this is a working feature. Now in games, I've been using this for gaming and all that. The animations and all is noticeably smoother, but there are a few hiccups here and there where the gameplay just freezes, and it's kept freezing. It just keeps frozen for about 1 to 2 seconds, and that does really get you out of the experience. So just so you guys know that. So yeah, and also another thing is that when you're calling, the voice from the earpiece is very low, noticeably low, and that I think has been already well reported, and I am actually waiting for a fix for that. It's kind of annoying to just not be able to hear it, but a headset will probably get it done. So yeah, just so you guys know. Let me show you guys the boot animation, which is pretty cool. So here is the boot animation for crDroid, and if you have ever used a crDroid boot ROM, you will be familiar with this. This is just a minimal with this simple logo, and it just keeps flashing. So yeah. So I guess that is it about this ROM then. There isn't much wrong with the ROM apart from the call volume, which is kind of a deal breaker for me personally. And well, this thing is not working. Exposure is not working. Theme engine is kind of flaky. I did try out with Substratum themes. It seemed to be working, but I got boot loop issues and I had to refresh the whole ROM. So I would just say that it's not working right now. So theming is a no-go, at least for me in my standpoint. So yeah, just so you guys know. I guess that much is it about the ROM then. Hope you guys liked the video. Please share, subscribe and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.